Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has reiterated that the interim government would take the nation forward through unity. He said this while delivering his opening speech at a meeting with political parties over the proposed July proclamation at the Foreign Service Academy today. BNP, Jamaat and representatives of other political parties joined the meeting. Mentioning that the government gets rejuvenated through unity, Professor Yunus pledged that he would maintain the unity as long as the interim government would remain in power. Professor Yunus said that if the July proclamation could be declared through unity, it would be good for the country and become good internationally too, showing that the countrymen and the world that the unity of the nation remains solid.
সরকারের জন্ম হয়েছে ঐক্যের মাঝখানে, ঐক্যর দ্বারা এটা সৃষ্টি। ওই দিনের পুরো অনুভূতিটাই ছিল একতার অনুভূতি। কেউ বলে নাই যে তুমি অমুক তুমি অমুক। একতাতেই আমাদের জন্ম, একতাতেই আমাদের শক্তি। যে লক্ষ্য নিয়ে, যে উদ্দেশ্য নিয়ে এই সরকার প্রতিষ্ঠিত হয়েছে, সেই সরকার রিজুবিনেটেড হয়, সবার সঙ্গে দেখলে প্রাণ সঞ্চার হয়। বাঁচে ওকে যদি রিক্রিয়েট করতে হয় তাহলে এইভাবেই করতে হবে, একত্রে করতে হবে। সেই কথার থেকেই এই আলাপ শুরু। যদি সর্বসম্মতিক্রমে আমরা এর থেকে একটা দেশের সামনে আসতে পারি, দেশের জন্য ভালো, আন্তর্জাতিকভাবে অনেক ভালো। সবাই দেখবে যে এই জাতিকে বহু ঠুকরি হয়েছে, তো নড়ে না, স্থির হয়ে আছে, শক্ত হয়ে আছে। এটি হলো আসলে, সেটা আমরা সারা দুনিয়াকেও জানাতে চাই, আমাদের দেশবাসীকেও জানাতে চাই।
Law advisor Dr. Asif Nojul has said all political parties have reached a consensus about an inclusive July declaration, recognizing the contributions of all parties that participated in the recent movement. An inclusive July declaration will be prepared acknowledging the contributions of all. It may take more time, but we'll have to remain alert that the time is not wasted, he said after a meeting of political parties with Chief Advisor at Foreign Service Academy today.
এই ঘোষণাপত্রটা আরো বেশি আলোচনার ভিত্তিতে জুলাই গণঅভ্যুত্থানের পক্ষের যে রাজনৈতিক দল, শক্তি, ছাত্র আন্দোলন, ছাত্র জনতা, তাদের বিভিন্ন ফোরাম, এদের মধ্যে আরো ইন্টেন্সিভ, আরো অনেক বেশি আলোচনার মাধ্যমে সর্বসম্মতিক্রমে এটাকে প্রণয়ন করতে হবে। এবং এটার জন্য যতটা সময় লাগা প্রয়োজন ততটা সময় নেওয়া যেতে পারে, তবে চেষ্টা করা উচিত যাতে অযথা কালবিলম্ব না হয়, অযথা সময়ক্ষেপণ না হয়। তো সবাই একমত পোষণ করেছেন, সবার ঐক্যমতের ভিত্তিতে, আরো নিবিড় আলোচনার ভিত্তিতে এই ধরনের একটি ডকুমেন্ট প্রস্তুত হওয়া উচিত।
BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed, Jamaat Islami Secretary General Mia Mohammad Ghulam Parwar and representatives of other political parties also briefed the journalists about the meeting. A complaint has been filed with the International Crimes Tribunal (ICT) over the killing of Mir Mahfuzur Rahman Mugdho during last year's mass uprising, which ousted the Awami League government and ended its 15-year autocratic rule. Mugdho's twin brother Mir Mahbubur Rahman Snigdho, the chief executive officer of the Julai Shohid Sriti Foundation, and his elder brother Mir Mahmudur Rahman Deepto filed the complaint with the tribunal's chief prosecutor's office on behalf of their family today. Following the fling of the complaint, Mahbubur Rahman Snigdho expressed confidence in the government and tribunal to deliver justice. A video of Mugdho running amid the violence surrounding the quota reform movement just 15 minutes before he was fatally shot on July 18th in Uttara went viral on social media. Meanwhile, an allegation has been submitted to the International Crimes Tribunal accusing the killing of former Naibi Amir of Lokhipur district Jamaat Islami Dr. Foiz Ahmed. A total of 41 individuals, including former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, former Home Minister Mohiuddin Khan Alamgir, former Prime Minister's military advisor Tariq Ahmed Siddiqui, former ADG of RAB Major General Ziaul Ahsan, and former CEO of RAB 11 Tariq Saeed Mohammed have been named as accused in the case. Dr. Hassanul Banna, son of Dr. Foiz Ahmed, filed the allegation to the office of the chief prosecutor today, seeking justice for his father's killing. Dr. Foiz Ahmed was well known as a humanitarian doctor. According to the allegations, Dr. Foiz Ahmed was killed by RAB in the early hours of December 23rd in 2013 when he was shot and pushed from the roof of his home in Lokhipur. Lutfuzzaman Babar, former State Minister for Home Affairs, walked free after 17 years in prison, receiving a warm reception from BNP leaders and activists at the jail gate. He walked out of Dhaka Central Jail in Keraniganj around 2 p.m. The High Court on Tuesday acquitted 5 people, including Lutfuzzaman Babar, in a file cased under the Arms Act over the sensational 10-truck arms haul. The High Court bench of Justice Mustafa Zaman Islam and Justice Nasrin Akhtar passed the order after hearing. After spending 17 years in prison, Lutfuzzaman Babar visited the grave of BNP founder and martyred President Ziaur Rahman, accompanied by senior party leaders. BNP Standing Committee member Nojul Islam Khan, Senior Joint General Secretary Ruhul Kobi Rizvi and other party leaders were also present during the visit. Party leaders expressed their belief that the Vlaai Shohid Smriti Foundation led the March for Filani. Local and central leaders from both the Anti-Discrimination Student Movement and Jatiyo Nagorik Committee took part in the program. On January 7th in 2011, Indian Border Security Forces BSF shot and killed Bangladeshi Filani Khatun at Anantapur Dinhata border in Kurigram. Her body remained hanging on the barbed wire at the border for nearly 5 hours, sparking widespread criticism both domestically and internationally. Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus will attend the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland on January 21st to 24th. Foreign Ministry spokesman Muhammad Rafiqul Alam said this in his weekly briefing at the Foreign Ministry this afternoon. The Chief Advisor will engage with the global leaders on regional and global issues in addition to his bilateral engagements there. Chief Advisor Special Envoy on International Affairs Lutfi Siddiqui and Principal Coordinator on SDG Affairs Lamia Morshid will accompany Dr. Yunus during the visit. In a different context, the spokesperson announced that the investigations would be carried out in areas where the installation of barbed wire fencing within 150 yards of the border has been restricted. Regarding the inauguration of U.S. President Donald Trump, the spokesperson mentioned that the Bangladesh's ambassador to the United States, Asad Alam Siam, has received an invitation to attend the ceremony. Election analysts have termed the recommendations of the Election Reform Commission positive and constructive. They gave reactions on the recommendations in exclusive interviews with the BTV. The experts said that a free, fair and impartial election is possible if a consensus would be ensured comprising of political parties and stakeholders on the recommendations of the Commission. The Election Reform Commission submitted its report to Chief Advisor of the Interim Government, Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus, on Wednesday with 150 recommendations in 16 fields. The major recommendations include: a person can't be Prime Minister for 2 times, 2-time Prime Minister can't be the President, choosing Deputy Speaker from opposition party, increase in members in the Parliament by 100, and 1/4 of the Parliament members should be women. Experts have termed these recommendations positive for holding a free, fair and acceptable election. The Anti-Corruption Commission ACC reform body made 47 recommendations to elevate the ACC into a constitutional organization and ensure that the appointment process is free from political influence. The Reform Commission also proposed structural changes, including increasing the number of commissioners from 3 to 5. The Anti-Corruption Commission was founded in 2004 to tackle corruption, but the organization could not fulfill expectations of people over the past 20 years. Recognizing the reality, the interim government formed the ACC Reform Commission. The commission submitted its report with recommendations to Chief Advisor Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus on Wednesday after nearly 3 months into its formation. Experts informed that there is no reason to get panicked over the human metapneumovirus, HPMV, that spread across various countries. They said that this virus exists from before and that the symptoms of the virus is like the common flu. Meanwhile, referring to the death of a woman in the country caused by the virus, the experts said that the pneumonia was developed in her body. Besides, she had long-term physical complexities, so the experts urged the people not to be panicked. The experts suggested all to wash their hands regularly side by side, maintaining health protocols to combat the virus. Human metapneumovirus, HMPV, has created panic anew across the world despite the coronavirus panic is yet to be over. Very recently, the virus has spread in different countries including China, Japan and Hong Kong. The experts are of the view that this virus was already prevailing in different countries, so there is no reason to be worried. The experts at a special seminar on HPMV disclosed that the information at BSMMU today. Mentioning that the symptom of HMPV virus is just like the flu, the speakers said that it creates fever, cough, breathing problem, throat pain and respiratory inflammation. The attacked person can get cured within 5 to 7 days if symptom-based treatment is done. However, the experts mentioned that this virus is risky to some extent for those who have long-term diseases like cancer, stroke, diabetes, pneumonia and asthma. They suggested to wear a mask regularly, avoid crowded area and to stop going out of home whenever symptoms of this virus is noticed. The experts urged the people not to get influenced by any propaganda and follow the health protocol regularly to combat the virus. Now, international news. Israel and Hamas have reached a ceasefire deal to end 15 months of war in Gaza. The deal follows months of talks with Qatar, one of the key mediators. Duty journalists from the West Bank said that the deal will allow hundreds of thousands of displaced Gazans to return home. Hamas attacked southern Israel on October 7, 2023, killing about 1,200 people and taking 251 back to Gaza as hostages. The attack triggered a massive Israeli offensive on Gaza, during which more than 46,000 Palestinians have been killed, according to the Hamas-run health ministry.